why did I come up with this topic? One of the things that I think is missing in the so-called cultural conscious community is nuance. People look at issues kind of like black and white, and they don't see any nuance in the issues. Like the perfect example I can give off the top of my head is Donald Trump becoming president. Now, there's a lot of theories as to why Donald Trump became president. But what I like to do is I like to deal with facts. And there's a specific fact that no one talks about when it comes to that. Now, this is off the subject of what we're talking about, but I just want to use this as an example of nuance. People that voted for Barack Obama in 2000, we're in 2016. 2000. When was the last election, Dev? I'm drawing a blank. Was it 2008?
2012.
12?
Yeah.
Okay, 2012. The same people that voted for Barack Obama voted for Donald Trump. They switched on the Democrats. The Democrats lost a lot of blue states, and those blue states turned red. Now, if you're going to say that the reason why Donald Trump won is because white supremacy and white nationalists is making a comeback and all the people is mad because of the black, I mean, explain that dynamic. Were they white nationalists in 2016 but not white nationalists in 2012? You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to look beyond. Is racism, xenophobia, and all that stuff a part of the Trump appeal? Of course it is. But he would never have won if that was his primary base. He had to draw from other people. And he did. He drew from Hillary support, people who hated Hillary so much that they said, I'll vote for Trump rather than vote for Hillary Clinton.
Right.
So it's a lot more nuance than just, oh, yes, racism and xenophobia won. I don't see how anybody won anything. Trump won.
Right.
The people that voted for him are soon, I think they're discovering already that they're not winning anything. But I say that to say, get back to the topic at hand. Me and Deb were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. Remember we were talking about the 90s and the 80s and how easy it was to talk to black women during those times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you had to, even if you were a straight up lame, you got some ass.
Yeah.
Somebody, you know what I'm saying? You was able to get something.
Right.
And then I'm going to tell you when I think things started to turn. I'm going to tell you when I think things started to turn. This is me personally. I could be wrong. There was a guy where I first heard, this was pre-Tommy Sotomayor, and I hate mentioning these dudes, but I have to because it's context. There was a guy before Tommy Sotomayor called Sergeant Willie Pete. And he was the first person that I remember that gained a following off this black man versus black woman bullshit that's been going on the internet. Like, I think he launched the first grenade, so to speak. Then after him came Tommy Sotomayor, and then he was like Sergeant Willie Pete 2.0, and he took it to another level. And then it's really been taken off since then. And then a lot of other little Tommy Sotomayor Jr. disciples start popping up, and a lot of channels were dedicated to this black man versus black woman dynamic. There was a guy out during the time of Sergeant Willie Pete. His name was Thug Titian. Yeah. And he was the first guy that I saw actually rail against these a lot. And let's make a distinction. The MGTOW is mostly white, so I do realize that. But there's a lot of black brothers who are down with them.
Right.
And those are the ones that I'm really addressing it to. The white dudes I don't really care about. But if you define yourself as MGTOW and you calling yourself black, then you are associated with them, so then you're going to catch some of what I got to say.
Right.
I guess I'm biased, and you can back me up on this, Deb, because I'm speaking about this from my perspective. I never really had an issue with women or getting women or being with women. Now, as a man being with women, there's always going to be that friction, and there's going to be problems, and there's going to be things that you deal with dealing with women.
Right.
Me and Deb talk about it. Like, most of my friends, we can sit down and we can talk about it, and we can talk about the things that women do, but it's not from a perspective of going to war with them or hating them. I'm quite sure that women get around and they talk about, and keep in mind, I'm not talking about MGTOWs or McFeminists. I'm talking about regular human beings, regular black men and black women. They get together with their female friends and they probably talk about black men and like all the shit they go through with black men and blah, 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 blah. But the bottom line is, after the talking is over, we get together. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, the swords are laid down and we rolling with each other. We got each other's back. I'm talking about in a functional relationship. You know? And of course, there's times when the relationships don't work out, but you know what? You leave that relationship and then you move on to the next relationship.
Exactly.
But wouldn't it be kind of bugged out if I said, yo, I'm tired of these women, man. I ain't messing with no women no more.
Our conversation going to end right there.
Yeah, it'd be like, what?
What you say, nigga? Who you going to mess with?
That's in that DJ needle going off the record sound effect.
Exactly.
Like what?
Who you going to mess with then?
Unfortunately, and why are you even going to say unfortunately? It's the way it is. Black men got to deal with black women, and black women got to deal with black men.
Without a doubt.
This is the way that it is. And I'm straight. And you can go to men and women of any race, and they're going to have their issues and their problems. The only difference is with black men and black women, you're dealing with a subjugated people that don't have or don't control their own socioeconomic and political destiny. They live in someone else's infrastructure, someone else's reality. And then they're going to try to take each other to task about why we're fucked up as a culture. Well, I got news for you. It's everybody's fault in general and nobody's fault specifically. We are living in a society that we do not control. So what I want to ask the men who got such big issues and problems with women is, what do they expect the women to do? Like, all right, it's the woman's fault. Let's just take that position. It's the woman's fault is the reason why we're in the position we're in. So what are you going to do about it? You're going to tell them it's their fault so that they can do what?
Right.
I'm interested to know. Like, what do you expect them to do? And if you are a man and you expecting them to do something, then I got to question you. Because I'm not expecting our women to do anything except have our back when we do what we're supposed to do.
Exactly.
What, we want to sit back, the reason why the culture's fucked up is because of black feminism. Okay, I'll give you that. Black feminism is the reason why the culture's fucked up. So now what? No matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how you try to slice it, it all comes back to what are we as men going to do? Are we going to sit back and bitch and complain about how our women are acting? Or are we going to create a context that we fucking control? Because I got news for you. When we create, I'm not going to say if, when we create the context that we control, we're not going to have a lot of these women issues that y'all is having right now. I guarantee you.
Exactly. Guarantee that.
You know, you want to be treated as a king, you got to put yourself in the position of a king.
King, goddammit.
You want king treatment, but then you want to act like a little boy? How about get an apartment or a house in your name and then come holler?
Right.
How about getting your insurance in your own name and then come holler? Stop having people co-signing for you on every goddamn thing you do and have something that you control, that you own.
Right.
Because nobody can throw you out of your own apartment. Nobody can throw you out of your own house.
Right.
A lot of this bitching and moaning is like, it's coming from dudes who, quite frankly, are not really men. I mean, is there any nice way to put that, Dev?
No.
You're going to live up under somebody, but yet you want to play like you the man? It don't work that way. You got to get control over your reality and get your own shit together. And you'll find that when you do that, you have a lot easier time dealing with women. Oh, depends on the type of woman you get, too.
Right.
So I think a lot of this stems from my personal thing is that the MGTOW and the McFeminists. Now, let's talk about the McFeminists. Whoo! The black feminists who attach themselves with white feminists, number one, I got a problem with you off the bat. Because white feminists don't give a damn about you. And actually, me and Minister DeWood is going to make a show about this. We haven't come up with the title yet, but the concept is this, and it relates back to the Donald Trump thing. All of these white women were saying, "Oh yeah, it's about the sisterhood, it's the patriarchy, da 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 da," and these white women went into that voting booth and voted for Donald Trump. They voted for the pussy grabber over the sisterhood.
Right.
Now let's let that mull around in your mind for a second. They talked all this bullshit about the patriarchy. That's all I kept hearing: the patriarchy, the patriarchy, the patriarchy. And how about what women need to come together. You know, it's not about what color women; it's all women. What happened?
Right.
This guy's it's unprecedented. Unprecedented. This guy was totally anti-female, totally anti-women, but his white women knew that this guy's got our back. He may not like all of y'all, but he got our back. And we'll take him, right, the pussy grabber, over an actual woman.
Exactly. Grab him in pussy.
Yeah. I've been hearing about the patriarchy, the patriarchy, the patriarchy. Everything is about misogyny. And if you notice, the vast majority of these McFeminists are usually by themselves.
Right.
Why is that? Every man is a misogynist? As if misogyny, well, you know.
Yeah,
I already know what you're going to say. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, bro, yeah. Misogyny is always good when you're in the bedroom. They want you to be real misogynist then.
That's the only time the misogyny is accepted.
Yeah, it's accepted like a motherfucker in the bedroom. Bitch, turn over. Yes, I will, Daddy.
Trying to get that all.
So what's your whole opinion about the MGTOW and the McFeminist?
I think that these people honestly have convinced themselves that they're upside down, backwards, bizarro world way of thinking is valid. And it's not. It's not going to help, and it's doing a lot of hindering in what we need to do. And a lot of good people get caught up in the BS. So I don't, as a female, as a woman, a black woman, I would never call myself or accept someone calling me a feminist. Ever. In no shape, form, fashion, no context of the word will you be allowed to call me a feminist. Feminists are, first of all, and we have to stop attempting to turn words into things that they are not. A feminist, whether you are black or white, is a woman who, one, believes that she does not need a man to survive, which makes no freaking sense at all. Okay? Because if all the women and men decided to go and be in relationships together, men with men, women with women, we got about, maybe 60 years and everybody's dead?
Right.
I mean, it's just stupid. The whole premise is just asinine. So nobody should ever put feminist with Salima. That just don't work. It's really a concept that white women came up with because white men were still treating them like cave people, like cave women, grabbing them by their hair, snatching them, raping them, and you my woman. That wasn't what black men were doing to black women. And then these white women came and said, we want equal rights. We want equal pay. We don't want to have to stay home. But black women didn't have these issues because if a black woman was staying home and her husband was out working, 50s, 60s, 70s, then she didn't have to go out and work the majority of the time. If her husband had a good job, or even if he didn't have a good job and he had to do some outside work, she, 9 times out of 10, did not have to work. And she wasn't treated like a piece of crap. He came home, he hugged her, he kissed her, he loved her, and she made sure that his food was cooked, and he got the big piece of chicken. That's what black people did. White people, on the other hand, the man came home and said, female dog, where my food at? Oh, you wanted me to cook for you? Was I supposed to do that? Oh, I'm sorry. And then he smacked her. So she was kind of oppressed. But in her oppression, she still was doing better than the black woman because she was a white woman.
Right.
So the whole feminist movement had nothing to do with us. But then they said, you know what? Wait a minute. They black and they still doing better than us. All the obstacles we put against them, their kids are still prospering. These kids are going to college. And even if they're not going to college, they're smarter than our damn kids that are going to college. And we got to do something to break this up. Let's go and introduce our feminist movement to the black women and say, we all oppressed. Your husband won't let you go out and get a job? It's not that you don't need the money. It's just that he wants you to stay home so he could be out doing what he want to do. Right. And they played Jedi mind tricks on us. And the black women accepted it because they wanted to be friends with Becky.
They thought Becky had a better life.
Yeah, they thought Becky had a better life, but they didn't know that, no, absolutely not.
Becky life came with abuse.
Becky life came with a whole lot. Abuse, just a whole lot. White women are we just don't get the crap that white women get. And they could smile and cover up them bruises with all that Maybelline and whatever else they want to do. But that's why they hate black women. Because, like I said, with all the obstacles that are put in front of us, we still don't have the issues that they have.
And let's think about it logically. Black men are not in power.
No, exactly.
So when did we become oppressors?
There. Exactly. I was getting there. Like black men didn't even have the ability to oppress black women. We were actually elevated higher. It's white man, white woman, black man. That is how it goes. See, and the thing of it is that even, like I said, with all the obstacles and the things that they put in front of us, we're still able to do better than them, mentally, physically, socially, any way you could think of. We are still better than them without effort. So their only way is to divide and conquer. That's the only way. And black women are falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. And they'll fight you and say, no, I am a black feminist, or I am a feminist, period. Not realizing what that word means, what it derives from, and why it was introduced to us.
Yep, and who was the biggest beneficiary of the civil rights struggle?
Exactly.
White women.
And white women. The civil rights struggle, it completely deviated from what it was supposed to be. And black people ended up getting less than everybody else. And now they're slowly chipping those rights or privileges or breadcrumbs away from us. So it's either you build with your people and get the heck away from them, or you're gonna die. I don't know how to say it any plainer than that. And I'm gonna keep telling you, people, just stop. Don't go to work tomorrow. You and your family and everybody go in the house. Prepare for your little Christmas. Spend up all your money. Don't leave nothing in the bank. Spend everything. Get some food, and however long that food in the refrigerator lasts, and however long the lights stay on, and the cable bill stay on, and y'all just stay there until y'all wither up and die. Because if you're not trying to build with your people, that's what's going to happen. You're going to die. And it's just that simple. And being a feminist, a simp, a coon, whatever you want to call it, and the good thing about that, the only good thing about people being in those particular groups is that they're going to go first. That's the only good thing. Because you're going to be right there with them. That's all.
No. She said it all. You going to stick around with us?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm going to put you on hold. Thank you for the call, sis. Love you.
Love you, too.
Tell your whole family I give them my love.
I sure will. Our girl's getting ready to be 25. I can't believe it.
You believe that? Gee whiz, man. I don't want to even talk about that. Anyway.
I love you.
Love you, too.
All right.
All right. Who else? Who's been holding hold? All right. I think this is Don. I think. Last 4 digits, 7672. What's your name? Where you call it from?
Yo, what up, Harlow?
Yo.
What's good? What's good, Dev? Yo, y'all hear me?
Where Dev at? Dev.
Oh, man, Dev, he knocked out, man. Let him sleep. He knocked out, man.
I think you have stepped away from the phone. What's up, man?
Nothing, just chilling, man. Just, listening to everybody, perspective, good perspectives. don't disagree with nothing really, you know. Just wanted to, you know, hear everybody's opinion, you know.
Mhm.
Glad
Well, I
to
know
hear.
you be going hard on these dudes. So I want to get you on the mic. You tell these people what you feel, man.
Yeah, I've just probably like a year ago now recognized the whole MGTOW movement, and you know, I listen with no emotions. You know, I just listen and see what I could get from it, and I had came to the conclusion. I was like, oh, the MGTOW movement is a bunch of white men. Some are complaining. Some really did go through some, you know what I'm saying, BS for women. But the question is, who caused this with the behavior of women in America? Now, all of a sudden, since the behavior of women in America is affecting white people, now these white men want to get together and, you know, make videos and, you know, stuff like that and really voice their opinion. But, I mean, you all are in control. You all are the reason why women are out of control. So don't speak on it now. Deal with it, you know? And then you got everybody else. You got everybody else woman following up behind your woman because she out of control.
Yep.
And you know, it's just one thing too, like you know, for the black men speaking up on certain situations, I understand where they coming from, and with them complaining, I don't want to hear that, but it's some that's speaking on basically same thing that the BAL speaks on, but they also be giving a little game on you know, female behavior and how to deal with it, because we just gotta be honest with ourselves. Like, black men coming up in the black community, nobody really set us down and taught us about women behavior. So when we get out there, when we hit puberty, start smelling ourselves, we go out there and, you know, chase the little girls or whatever. And we have to realize every woman that you come across is not a good woman. And it's not to attack women, but women are master manipulators and liars. And we have to guide black males out here on how not to get caught up in the game that the white, you know what I'm saying, that the white elite has been playing with everybody's woman. So I respect the black men that got their own things in this, you know what I'm saying, really giving up game instead of complaining like the MGTOW. The white men, they complaining. They need to fix they shit because they caused this.
Right.
And
you know what's funny? It's so funny because I was thinking about it as you was talking. I was thinking, like, when you were saying that the white men try to recruit the black men to be a part of their cause. It reminds me of Tupac and Biggie, because, and I'm so happy that I was around during that time, because people like to rewrite history. Biggie Smalls was not as loved in New York as you think he was when he was out. When I was in school, when I was in school, dudes, I used to go to, like, I went to BMCC in the city, and it was a lot of MCs in that school and guys who rhymed and stuff. And I remember dudes hated Biggie. Oh, they were saying they could take Biggie Smalls out, da-da-da-da-da. So when Tupac and Biggie had their little thing, a lot of people was on Tupac's side off the bat. But what Tupac did, and this is what pissed me off at the time, he started making it into an East Coast, West Coast thing. Had he just made it into a Biggie Tupac thing, he would have had more people in New York on his side than Biggie would have had. But when you made it, when he turned it into New York versus Cali, then everybody picked their side, and Biggie benefited from that. Now that's not to say that Biggie wasn't nice or but people like want to redo history and make it seem as if it was all love with Biggie Smalls in New York, and it wasn't. A lot of people in New York did not like Biggie, and they didn't like Puffy because they didn't like what he was doing to the game. So that's something you don't really hear about. Nobody really talks about that. And it's just another example of.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just another example of what you was talking about. Like, had Tupac just handled his business and made it between him and Big, he would have had people on his side. You know, and it's just like these MGTOW white dudes. Don't try to get black men on your side to fight your battles. What's happening with you and your women is between you and your women. It's got nothing to do with us. Now, the one thing that I do agree with most men's movements on is the whole issue of marriage and the issue of alimony and child support. I think that they are hitting 100 on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing you can really fight against when it comes to that because they're right. The system is not for men; it's for women. It's meant to benefit women. So they are 100% correct on that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when you look at it a little bit more nuanced, you got to always look at things from your own perspective and your own people's perspective, and that's where this strong sense of nationalism comes from. Because if you don't have that, then you're going to start thinking, oh, well, it's just a men's issue. And you lump yourself in with them when their issues are not the same as yours.
Right. Because, and I also say this too, like, we just got to, when people open their mouths, we just got to be like, yo, where's your man? Where's your woman?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just like the MGTOW movement, you know, don't even come on this side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You all cause that. Because one thing I'm not going to do is go against women. I will call them out on they bullshit, but I'm not going against women. That's something I can't do. What I can do is just find the right one, which I already got, but, you know, just for, you know, other black men that's listening to the MGTOW movement, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, listen to that. Listen to black men that's talking, of sound mind, and that's talking about nationhood. Because there are some out there that's on YouTube, and they talking strictly nationhood, but they also get into the aspects of dealing with women.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you know, the MGTOW movement, that's something they got to deal with. Because I was watching, it's a documentary people need to check out. It's called Century of Self with Edward Bernays. That's Sigmund Freud's nephew. If you want to keep it real, he's the reason why feminism has even, you know what I'm saying, came about when he told women, because back then they couldn't smoke cigarettes, he told them during this parade, I forgot what year it was, but it was during the parade, he said, I want you all to light cigarettes because it's a symbol of, it's something like torches of freedom. You know what I'm saying? Showing that y'all free. And then it just sparked from there. But like I said, it's the white elites that are the reason why some of these men are out here complaining about women and, you know, women behavior. And that's something that they have to fix.
Of course, because last time I checked, black men don't control policy in the United States of America. We don't pass legislation and control laws.
Yeah.
So the white man
really
basically did this
nothing.
to himself.
Right. You know, we really black men are not out here oppressing black women. Black women are free to do whatever the hell they've been doing it for years. So, you know, the black feminists, you all need to just come on home. 'Cause this is where it's at, man. You know, it's another thing I want to figure out is what made black women say, fuck men, I don't need a man. The feminists, the white feminists never said that they don't need a man. They always said we want equality. I just want to know where did black women get that from? And I just want to know, like, just from my research, why and when did we started beefing with each other? Just black men and black women. Because there is like, we just beefing with each other. It's been going on for years. My research, I say, it's been going on before slavery. But it's out of control right now during these times. So,
yeah, I think
that's
that
all I got. Yeah.
Just to answer that question, to me, I think that the dynamic between men and women are always going to be, we're never going to completely understand each other or completely get along. And that's just the way it is. I think it's been so in that context. I think this has been going on since the beginning of time.
Right.
The current dynamic to me is new. Like, I think that started probably in the 2000s, where black men and black women, like, where literally black women have a defensive shield up now when you try to even speak to them. That never happened. When I was growing up, it was not that difficult to get girls. It was not that difficult to talk to girls. It was not. It just didn't exist. That tension was not there. Now, right now, there's a palpable tension between black men and women just on a visceral level.
Yeah, because it's like, well, I didn't start dealing with women to, like, 2002. That's probably 15, whatever.
You right in the mix of it.
Right. So, I don't know, like, what's the problem? Like, what problem do they have with black men, and why are they so submissive to white men? I mean, that's, it's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Very submissive.
The quick answer is power.
Well, yeah, because women, it don't matter if she black, white, purple, green, Puerto Rican, whatever. They do like power. I will give you that. And
that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, like, and the thing is, like, I ain't mad at women about that.
Exactly.
And also, you just got to be real, like, women, they just attracted to power, and they really attracted to savagery, if you look at it.
Yeah.
Because who's savage? Who's the savage right now?
Mhm.
Well,
savagery and power usually go together.
Yeah.
Or it's strongly attached to it. But that's why I say it's like, instead of us trying to, this is just my opinion. Instead of us trying to berate women and try to talk to them or show them what they're doing or tell the truth, all of that stuff, at the end of the day, what are we as black men going to do? What, we want the women to go out there and start a nation? Like, we're going to wait until they get their shit together and, y'all did it. Y'all, it's your fault, so we want you to fix it. And then what we going to do? We going to sit back?
Right. Because they know what they're doing. You just,
the solution is nationhood.
Right, because whatever we create, they going to follow behind anyway.
Exactly.
And it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? What type of woman you gonna deal with?
Exactly. And I do agree with you that we definitely need to talk to our younger brothers, and we need to have a circle where men actually do discuss issues of women and how to deal with women and what type of women to avoid and all of that. But I don't think that it has to be anything in the vicinity of that MGTOW bullshit. That's going to be a social circle. When black men are going to start developing networks and circles when black men start doing something. And I'm talking about really doing something. I'm not talking about running your mouth and rhetoric and platitudes and cliches. I'm talking about actually doing something and making a mark in this world, trying to obtain some power. And the only way that's going to happen, you already know, is when we start addressing nationhood and start looking at it from a nationhood perspective.
That's right. Because nationhood is not a woman's job. That's our job.
That's right.
Just simple as that.
I don't
it's
think
our
even
job.
women, our black women is not going to argue. What black women is going to argue with us on that?
Especially if she see it happening.
Yeah.
She don't, get on board.
Like, look at you think our sister Salima going to say, "Oh, well, wait a minute now, you're talking about nationhood"? I don't know.
No, she right on board.
Exactly. Most of the real sisters are. They're not going to give us a problem. We just have to do what we're supposed to do. But the problem is, black men if you can't expect to be treated like a king if you don't hold yourself like a king. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that first, then don't expect it from no woman. Is Dev back?
Yeah, I'm back, bro. I'm sorry,
okay.
man. Somebody had called in, and I had to switch over. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation. Oh, back.
Yeah, Don was saying what's up to you.
What up, Don? What's the deal, brother?
What up, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. How you?
I'm good, man. I thought you fell asleep on us.
Nah, bro. I had a call that came in from a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? So I had to reach out, real quick. I knew my brother Mark would hold it down anyway and shit,
As always.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Because me and Mark is men that's going our own way, whatever the fuck way that is. Men going their own way. Where the fuck you going?
Yeah, I said on a post, I said that's men going their own way is stupid. Is to create a movement called straight men who like women. It's like hello, dumbass. How obvious can you get?
I tell you, boy. Whoever come up with this brilliant shit is brilliant. These brilliant people need to come up with all type of shit. Fucking brilliant.
So you gonna stick with us, Dom?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. Thank you for the call, brother.
All right, brother Don. Stay up. Love you, man.
All right.
All righty. We got last four digits 4577. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hold up. This is Mufasa out of San Diego, or AN. My new pseudonym is Mufasa. What's good, man?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? Shout out to San Diego.
Yep. I'm all good, man. I had to call in. I called in when the sister was talking. I was like hoping I would get back to the MGTOW. But you addressed a few of the things I was going to say. Because obviously, MGTOW, you ain't nowhere else to go. So I don't really understand that saying. But I got to say, yeah, that's ridiculous. But I do got to say they bring up some good points. They bring up some good points as far as, like you said, obviously marriage and child support. But just in general, the contract between men and women is so screwed up nowadays. It's almost like, what is the point in playing the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you can take men completely for granted nowadays because you don't necessarily need a physical man, to get what you need from him. Like, for instance, when I had my child, and I broke up with her mother, and then eventually she's with another dude, and then I was working at the time, and I was paying $731 was coming out of my check, and then I was having to pay $300 for half of daycare. So she gets my resources more than she would have probably got from me the other way. She gets my resources, and then she gets a new guy on top of that. So it's kind of like, and you know, there's been much worse cases than that. So when you had that kind of situation, you know, it's like, I think Dom was talking about, it's like, where's the disconnect? Why they start feeling like they don't need men? Well, they got a legitimate case to say that they don't need you. You see what I'm saying? Now, they need men, but they don't need you. You see what I'm saying? They can take it for granted. So I don't know. I do see that. Now, I ain't saying I'm MGTOW or whatever. Apparently, there's like 4 levels of it, you know, and some people get real silly with it. But as far as the argument of the social contract between men and women today, something's going to have to change, because there's really no point in men.
The only thing that they're not doing is they're shirking their part in it, because white men control the policy and the legislation of this land. So if the women have an advantage, who gave it to them?
Right.
But yet they want to pretend like this shit just fell out the sky and they ain't got nothing to do with it, and women control the system. Well, how the fuck do they control it?
I'm glad you brought that up. Because it's a lot of black men dick riding these MGTOW white boys. It ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking just some regular, normal, everyday racist crackers, and you got all these black dudes dick riding them. Yeah, you know, I ain't with that at all. Ain't none of these dudes. You're not my people. You're not my brother from another mother. You're the same racist white boy as 100 years ago. But
and you trying to get me to back you up on something that you going with your women that you are responsible for in the first fucking place.
I ain't backing you up on shit. but like I said, I don't know. They do got a point, and I don't know. I just don't know if y'all got some insight on that. But it's like, does a woman nowadays really need a man? You know what I mean? With all the safety nets, all the welfare, all the social safety nets.
No, they don't. But see, this gets back. It's so funny, man. It gets back to the same thing. No matter what topic we discuss, it all comes back to nationhood. Right. Isn't that funny? Because we're sitting here having this conversation within their system. They created this system. They created a system where, I think one guy, I forget who it was. He's a football player, and I think his ex-wife or the wife that he divorced wanted his Heisman Trophy or something. Like, what the hell gives you the right to take his Heisman Trophy? What, does it match your shoes or something? Like, why would she have any right to his Heisman Trophy? But see, that just goes to show you, it's like they created this system basically so that white women can get paid. And black women benefit from it incidentally. It's not like it was designed for them, but they incidentally benefit from it. The system is completely on their side. It's my I have how many? I know you have examples. I have examples at my job of one of my friends who had a child. He wasn't married, to the baby mother. They was doing fine, and then all of a sudden she had a conversation with one of her girlfriends. Well, you can get this, that, whatever. Put him into the system, and she basically fucked herself.
Right.
Because it messed him up so bad, he ain't even working now at the job that I was at. So he ain't making the amount of money that he was making before. Had she just shut the hell up.
I did the same story, bro.
Yeah.
I'm the same story. Not to cut your story, I did the same thing because I was going through that, and I had my daughter half the time. But the thing was, I was a manager at Target, so I was managing the truck flow in the morning. So I had to get up at 3. So I had to give her to her mom the night before. Now, unbeknownst to me, even though if you split up a calendar of 30 days, I had her 15, because I had to drop her off at night, she was getting all those hours. So I was only counted as 33%. So that was hitting my money. So I'm working my ass off, 60 hours a week. Then I got my daughter half the time. Then I'm giving up all my money. And eventually I was like, man, fuck this job. Like I'm making $52,000, but I'm not seeing that.
Right.
So then it went to nothing. It was like, now you don't get nothing. And to this day, she don't get nothing. But now it's all good. Now things are way better between us right now. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you have that option to do that, it's making men less productive. They're gonna have to change it, bro. You can't keep it up like this.
And then it makes me wonder, why don't the white men change it? They're the ones who control the law. If they're so affected by this, if these white men are so outraged at how the system works for women, change it.
I would ask you this, because this is which white men? See what I'm saying? Which white men are complaining?
Well, I would think that aren't the rich white men the one that's getting reamed over when the divorce comes?
They are.
So they have a vested interest to make sure. But I don't know. I guess the white men who's on the bottom need to talk to the white men at the top and see what's the deal. Because they keeping that system
well,
in
let's
place.
look at who's writing the laws. Is that happening to them?
Right.
Is this happening to the legislatures? Is this happening to the corporate donors that's backing them? I would think it is, but apparently not.
I guess those women must yield a lot of power. Because if you have these white men who can stop this at the drop of a dime if they really wanted to, yet they continue to keep it the way that it is, maybe the women have a little bit of leverage on them.
You know what they do got? Women vote. Women vote. You don't think that got something to do with it, or you ain't buying that? Because they vote, and you start taking that stuff away from them, you're going to lose a significant amount of that women vote.
Yeah. I think that might have something to do with it. But the bottom line is, who is the person that has the ability to make that change? It's like Carol Burnett said. Carol Burnett said, "Never take a no from somebody that can't give you a yes."
Right.
So we go to the people at the top, these white men, these rich white men who have created this system. Why are rich white men creating a system where women can take half your shit?
Right.
I think somebody needs to have a little interview with them and talk to them and see what's going on. We can't relate to it. All we doing is just catching hell.
I don't know, man. I think about this all the time, bro. I think about this all the time. I try to think who benefits from this. Like, for instance, of course, businesses benefit from it, because if I keep my money, I'm going to, have a lot better with money than women. But then I think if I do that kind of conspiracy, how does that conspiracy manifest itself? Like, how are the businesses sabotaging the system? You know what I mean? And how long did they take for them to put the conspiracy together? I don't know if that's what it is. I know as far as real estate, apartments, and all these different people living apart from each other is creating a lot more opportunity as far as apartments and housing, and But I don't really see that real estate sector having the reach to just do this. So I just can't figure it out, man.
Or maybe, like sometimes things are hidden in plain sight. Mm-hmm. Maybe the white man doesn't really see his woman as a threat. If she gets the money, it still stays in the family, so to speak. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. If he doesn't view her as a threat, an economic threat, like even if let's say she takes half of his shit, isn't that money still going to stay with that white community? Where is it going?
That's true.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe they don't see the women as a threat. The only people really complaining about it, and if you notice, these rich men aren't really complaining about it.
I haven't seen it.
But the guys at the bottom are. Because half our shit,
because it's like if you can take it.
Exactly. Half of our shit is really going to affect us. So that's who you see complaining. Like, it's the white men at the bottom that's complaining. I don't really see a lot of rich white men. Like, Mel Gibson got half of his $1 billion taken. Half. I did not see one interview where he even said anything about it.
What's up with that? He done said something about a lot of shit, too.
Yeah, I ain't heard him say nothing about that. I ain't hear Paul McCartney say anything.
Yeah,
I think that might be it. I don't think that they see their women as a threat.
Because I do know this, if we put our oligarch hat on, in the system that we're in like a consumption-based system. Who's the best consumer? Who's the most consumer? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Women. So, I mean, if you want to, play oligarch, if you could get that money, the more resources you can get in the hands of women, the more freely that dollar is going to flow. And then the less likely, the proletariat or even the middle class is able to build up power against you. My only thing is I just don't see how they socially engineer that. And who is they, and how do I explain that conspiracy?
Well, to me, conspiracies aren't really a lot of conspiracies are organic. I don't think that it has to be engineered or somebody has to sit down and come up with a blueprint and then implement it. A lot of these conspiracies are natural progressions of whatever the social system is. Because people will benefit whatever that system is. So if white women don't feel that they're getting their proper share of the multitude of riches that these white men get, then what are the white men going to do? Are they going to fight with them? Because they're very vulnerable. White women have a lot of info on these dudes. A lot of these men have been taken down by women. So is it more feasible for them to cut a deal and say, all right, we'll cut you in on a little bit of this just so that you don't upset the whole apple cart? That's what I feel. I feel that white men don't view their women as a threat. Like this, the only people making an issue about this system and how it works for men and women is the people at the bottom of it.
Right. Right.
You worth a few $1 billion, you lose a couple of billion to your wife. I don't think you're not going to be homeless.
Right. That's true. And that's
the only thing that has really changed is the X's and O's on your spreadsheet. Your lifestyle hasn't really changed at all.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
but damn,
a lot of it is
I just know. I mean, how you get to $1 billion without valuing each dollar, man? I can't believe that Mel Gibson just don't care, but it's like, apparently he don't care enough, or for some reason he's not saying nothing.
And that's to me a cause of concern, because if you got a guy who's a billionaire who just lost half of it and he doesn't say anything about it, something's going on.
Right.
Because I know if you get a half of my money, your ass will kill yourself. You ain't gonna be able to pay. For real, man. You kidding me? You gonna take $500 million from me for what? For your food?
And that's no joke either. That's no joke, because it's like I'm thinking from the perspective of the woman. You got a man who's worth $1 billion, and the court say you can have half of it. As a woman, knowing this man and knowing what he can do, that should kind of scare you. You'd be like, "Whoa, wait a minute! I didn't mean to take half his stuff. Listen, let's negotiate this to an amount that won't get me killed."
Right.
Right.
No, won't get us all.
But the fact that they don't have no fear, that says a lot.
I'm telling you, shit. Like I say, my thing would be this. Okay, you gonna give her $500 million of my money? No problem. I'm gonna go out to the car and go get my gun. I'll come back and shoot everybody that's in my way when I come back here. So if you still here when I come back, you'll be dead here. I'm just letting you know.
Fuck out of here. Because I ain't got nothing to lose at this point. Because if I'm giving her $500,000, it ain't what it is. Out of here.
Yeah.
I just find it funny though. That's a little suspicious that the rich white men ain't saying that.
Very scared that they gonna give you that type of money in my money.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. I mean, even that Reggie Bush story, to me, I'm like, man, I hope she checking her corners. I hope she got a security detail.
Right.
You beat me out of $1 million. I don't know about that.
How much you beat him out of?
$1 million or something. What is a chick said, give me $1 million, I have an abortion, and she didn't have the abortion. So now you're gonna have to pay child support and you beat him out $1 million.
Yeah, she better have a serious her break line,
that's what I'm saying.
Her break line will automatically be cut.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you got a guy who's $1 billion and you already know that this guy, because most billionaires have access to things.
Right.
And can get things done. So the first thing a smart woman is going to go is, listen, don't give me half his shit because I don't want nobody, sneaking up and killing me in my sleep or blowing up my car.
Some green beret.
Exactly.
Some green beret or some ex-NSA dude making sure I get the wrong pills from my doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Let me give me an amount that, is fair to him and will keep me alive.
Exactly.
So I don't know, man.
You better listen to that judge if you want to. You see how much of that shit, you won't even see the ink dry on that check. You know?
And that's real.
Look, and that's not even a joke. I'm dead serious. Like,
that is 100% real. There's a lot of people out here. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, because sometimes what I've been doing, because, when you come up in the consciousness, I'm putting air quotes on it, you always take a conspiratorial view. I try to break things down to let's just pretend everything is real. Maybe it's just the mentality of the people that's in, it's a lot of older white men. They got that kind of old school mentality. You know what I mean? Like even when I was in court, they're kind of looking at it. They're really biased toward women. They got that gentleman type of disposition. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what it is. But if that's what it is, that's going to die out soon because there's too many men coming up dealing with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of old
change.
men. Yeah, you got a lot of old, like the Supreme Court people, real old. A lot of judges, a little older. So I don't know. Man.
Well, look at that. What was that guy who was it? The team owner, the owner of the
Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling. Look at the chick that he had.
Right.
This dude is worth how much? I know he's worth a lot.
A couple billion, a few billion, $4 billion or something.
And this chick had carte blanche.
Carte blanche.
So, I mean, he was on some. His stuff was really weird. Like, he said he don't mind if she even fuck the dudes. He said just don't put it on Facebook or Instagram.
Right. Yeah, he said that. That's true.
You want to hang with him? You can do this with that, whatever, but don't put it on Instagram.
Put it out there. Right.
I mean, he had chicks coming. He had chicks he was messing with. His little pieces, he was taking them in there so they could look at the dudes. Well, look at these dudes. He was on some whole other stuff.
Mhm. What's the guy said in that TV show? What's the use having fuck you money if you can't say fuck you?
Exactly. What's the use?
Yeah, so MGTOW, I don't know about that, man. Don't expect me to join your party. Shit,
what do you feel about the McFeminists?
All I hang out with is women. You said McFeminists. Feminism, I think we pretty much beat the feminism punch bag. I mean, it's not really. I'm actually, it's funny you asked me that because I'm reading Bell Hooks literally right now. I took a break, did a video, and hopped on here. I'm reading Bell Hooks. Feminism is for everybody. But I just don't. I think they're at war with nature. I think they're at war with nature. I don't think there's any practical motivation behind it. when you look at a lot of the changes and things they want to make, it's completely self-centered. It's completely hedonic. Well, I want to feel better about this. It's like, okay, are you considering the long-term effect of that in any type of way? Are you considering the communal effect of that? But you're not doing that. But as a woman, you think more short-term. That's why when we get out of balance and start splitting up from one another, men and women, we get out of balance. That's why we belong together in an order that's already been set up, that's been the same for so many years. But I feel like they're at odds with nature. And that whole type of liberal type of thinking, you see a lot of this. It's like you're just at odds with nature. Certain things you can't change. You know what I mean? Like, well, I want to be able to just sleep around and do this and this and that. Well, there's biological things going against that. So I know that's what you want to do, and you want to feel like you can do whatever you want to do, but that's not conducive to, first of all, your biology, and second of all, society. How does that help us when it comes time for us to have children? Okay, it doesn't help. So I just think it's at odds with nature. I don't think it's long-term practical at all, or practical at all, and I think it's just, I don't. So other than that, feminism, a lot of it's fake, man. It's then there also too, there's so many other women involved in it aren't even interested in fucking men. So like, what is the point? What are you even talking for?
Right.
You're not even interested.
And yo,
if you're not interested in men,
bro. You know what the real fucked up part is? The same thing applies on the other side.
Right.
There's a lot of these dudes that's not into women
at all,
or can't get them.
Yep.
Same old. Yeah, you're right.
Don't want them. So it's funny. The same dynamic that caused the black women to come over to feminism is the same dynamic that's going on that MGTOW.
You're right.
They lost their damn minds.
Dudes better be careful. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's a good point, man. It's like, bro, you can't make a judgment on the whole. You can't set a policy for the whole community based on the fact that you can't get no pussy. So 90% of it. Like, come on, bro.
You just broke down this entire show with that. What you just said there just broke the entire show down. We might as well stop now.
Yeah, we might as well close the fucking gate. Put on that Fran Talking song, son. Close the show. It's Monday Night Football. It's over. So you just shut it down. That's the answer right there.
I wish that, you know what I wish I had, Dev? I wish I had that wave from the Boondocks where at the end of the show the dude said, "Can I just get some ass?"
Yeah, I can get some ass. Yeah. With the one with Tyler Perry and shit.
Yeah, that was the whole show.
Man,
we just boiled down to that. That was all this was all
Yeah,
about.
all boils down. All boils down. That's what it's about. A motherfucker mad because he can't get no pussy. He said, "I'm mad I can't get no pussy." So you make every man think that he shouldn't want no pussy. Fuck it.
Right. Yeah,
I have had homeboys like that when we were on a trip. Yo, why you always running off with these bitches? Why you always running off with these bitches? Man, you better not ask me no crazy shit like that again. For real.
No,
man,
bro. That's
we all came out here as homeboys. Okay, we homeboys. Now I'm going to give me some ass.
No, that's a fact, bro. It's literally come to that. Like, you got dudes like, "Oh, you love that bitch, huh?" It's like, wait a minute, nigga. What am I supposed to do?
What are you talking about, nigga?
What the fuck you want me to sit here and love y'all? I mean, I fuck with you, but damn, bro.
I remember I did a little prison thing. I came home from prison, and my brother wanted to take me out that night, and I was like, "Yo, nigga, I'm not going out. My girl coming over, nigga. I'm trying to get some ass." He's like, "Damn, nigga. You give her anytime, nigga. You just give her, nigga. Are you fucking kidding me? Nigga, I just did 3 years. I did 3 years, nigga. I'm trying to get some ass. Fuck going out to the club, nigga."
Nigga, really?
Say, nigga, we not gonna even have this conversation too long. Y'all niggas go out and have a good time. I'm gonna go ahead and go upstairs and chill with this coochie that's upstairs. That's what I'm gonna do.
Niggas is offended though.
Niggas was offended, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's when you gotta look sideways at them.
You gotta look.
We got a policy. I don't care. Our crew has always had a policy. If we all go out and we hanging together, you see a chick and she giving you some rhythm and you got to break out, peace.
Bye, nigga. Look,
you won't hear nobody complain.
Me and Mark go to the club. I might see Mark at the end of the night. I'm going over here with the drawers over here, so I'll catch you later. All right, son, I'll see you later.
There it is.
For real. I done been in situations where jokers, I had to give jokers a side eye look like, yo, so you actually left with the chick and left us? Yeah, I bounced. Yeah, I left. Yes.
Nah, man. So.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's your Tommy Sotomayor type dude. So I don't get no ass. So you all shouldn't get no ass.
Oh, before you get off, I just want to ask you about this. It is my opinion that these beta males have messed up the game for everybody. Because these guys going to war with women online are beta males who can't get no ass. So they go to war with these women. They go back and forth with them. So when they see us coming, they automatically get their shields up. And like I was saying, ever since I was growing up in Brooklyn, I have never had an issue or a problem talking to women. But now it's attention. You can't even, like, I have locks, right? If I see a sister who has locks, who's my age or younger, it ain't like before. Like back in the days, you saw another person with locks, you would acknowledge each other.
Right.
Now the vibe is, a nigga, don't think just because you got hair like mine, I'm going to be talking to you.
Right.
Or even acknowledging you. And that vibe didn't exist before. So it's like these guys have messed the game up. That's my opinion. What do you think about that?
I think that has a big part. That plays a big part to the role. I would listen to a lot of the hateful rhetoric and stuff that you hear. It seems that I don't really hear, like when we listen to the extreme feminist rhetoric, most of what I hear isn't, they're not referencing that. Mostly they're referencing, like, first of all, hip-hop lyrics. They're referencing the fact that they see a lot of men going with other women, like of other races, or they feel like they're second to that. I think that is a result. I think the native males doing all of that is a result to something that had messed it up before. But I do think, because I don't think these dudes get enough shine. Like, I look at a lot of these dudes' channels, they're not getting a lot of views. And I just don't think, I think there's too many people in greater society that don't know these dudes exist. And they still are giving me that negative vibe. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I will go with that, but I don't know. I don't hear that in the rhetoric.
And that's crazy too. Like that part where you were talking about the men going out with different women. Do you think that they're having some regrets about this diversity and integration shit? Because if you embrace diversity, like black women, if black women embrace diversity and integration, then what you're basically doing is putting yourself on the open market.
Yep. And
if you're doing that, then that means put yourself with whites and Asians and everybody else where you falling on the totem pole.
Yeah. Yep. And
I think a lot of them may have some buyer's remorse about this integration.
No, that they don't make that connection. They do not make that connection. I don't think they make the connection. Because I don't understand that either. Because it's like, I know you don't want to be out on the market with everyone else, you know, because to be honest with you, like I say, y'all might disagree, people might not like this statement, but I feel like a lot of women that you see in the whole pro-black kind of thing, consciousness and whatever, you got some Harriet Tubmans that's like all the way down, all the way through and through, plenty of sisters, right? But a majority of the ones you hear touting it is because they just take solace in the fact that in this space, I don't have to compete with no other women. In this space, it has to be black only. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? And they like it that way. So I don't understand them opening things up to everybody, I really don't think they make the connection. Because you got women that'll talk about swirling on one time or be accepting of it. They may not promote it, but they'll be accepting of seeing a woman do it. And then in another conversation, you'll see the same woman say something like dogging a brother that's messing with another race. I really don't think they made that connection. I don't think they made that connection.
Crazy. It's crazy that they don't make it. That is lunacy that they don't make that connection. But you're right.
Why don't they go as hard on the swirlers as they do the brothers that is dating out and all of that kind of stuff? Like, what's up with that? I don't think they're making that connection, man. I can't think of that. It's probably deeper than what I'm thinking, but I just don't know, man.